Welcome to Crash Course with Sophia, Sweda, and Joanna. Today, we're going to talk about ecology and what it is and the 6 main points. So, the first 2 points are the levels of organization and the types of ecology. But first, what is ecology? Ecology is the study of organisms and their interactions with the environment. So now that you know the definition, let's move on. So first we have the levels of organization. They are individuals, populations, communities, ecosystem, and biosphere. Population is a group of organisms of the same species that live together in a certain area. Community is a group of organisms of different species that live together in a certain area. Ecosystem is all living and non-living things in a certain area, and biosphere is the entire portion of the planet that supports life. Next, we have the types of ecology. We have organismal, population, community, and ecosystem ecology. So, organismal ecology is the study of physiology and behavior interacting with environmental challenges. Population ecology studies the factors impacting the number of individuals of species in an area. Community is the study of how organisms interact with each other in the environment. Ecosystem ecology studies the energy flow and chemical cycling in a given area. Sorry about my saying. Other than those 2 points, there are also 2 important factors. Those are abiotic factors and biotic factors. Abiotic factors are all the non-living parts of the environment, such as water, oxygen, light, temperature, rocks, minerals, energy, etc. Biotic factors is the opposite. It's the living things in an ecosystem, such as plants, animals, bacteria, protists, fungi. So, now that we hit those 2 points, we are going to the next 2 points.
Hi, today I'm going to be talking about population and community in ecology. So a population is a group of individuals of the same species living in the same area. They disperse in various ways: uniform, random, and clumping, which is the most common. And then there are survivorship curves, type 1, which has low death rates, like humans, type 2, which is in the middle, and type 3, which has high death rates, but they live very long. So there are long-distance dispersal, which can lead to adaptive radiation, and you can use mark and recapture technique to estimate a population size. So the population growth models, there's exponential, which is the idealized population, and it has the J curve, and the R-selected species, which are opportunistic and have a short maturation and lifespans and a lot of offspring. Or there's a logistic model, which is the S-curve, and this one is more realistic and has K-selected, which is long maturation and lifespan and fewer offspring, like humans. So, populations are linked by interspecific interactions that impact survival and reproduction of the species involved. So the community is populations interacting together. There's a dominant species, which is the most abundant, and then there's a keystone species, which have strong control just due to their rules. And then richness is the number of species. Okay, and then biodiversity, more diversity is more productive and stable. And diversity comes from richness and abundance. It's the combination of the 2. Factors that affect communities are disease, interspecific interactions like community competition and predation, and symbiosis, mutualism, and commensalism. There are some few defense mechanisms like Mullerian mimicry, Bateson mimicry, cryptic, aposematic, and those are just some. And then niches are just jobs. And then, okay, so competition. There's direct or indirect. Interference is directly fighting. And then exploitative is indirectly consuming someone else's resources. And then, obviously, competition is natural, but there are some solutions. A lot of times, there's resource partitioning when you just both share resources, or there's character displacement where one has to move to keep surviving. And then there's succession. There's ecological succession, which is just a succession over time of an environment. So it starts pioneer organisms, bacterias, and then there's the climax community, which is when it's stable. Primary is where at the beginning point there's no life. Secondary is a smaller trees and so on until you reach climax. So
Animal behavior and ecology is everything an animal does and how it does it. Innate behavior is inherited and instinctive, and learned is behavior developed during animal's lifetime. Social behaviors are interactions between individuals. These are communication, agonistic behaviors, dominance, hierarchy, cooperation, and altruistic behaviors. For ecosystem ecology, biomes are climatically and geographically defined as similar climatic conditions on the Earth and are often referred to as ecosystems. Cycles are a big part of the ecosystem, which are water cycles, phosphorus cycles, nitrogen cycles, and carbon cycles. The biomes in the biosphere are split up into marine biomes and terrestrial biomes. Marine biomes have intertidal zones, neritic zones, and oceanic zones, and terrestrial biomes have tropical forests, savannas, deserts, chaparrals, temperate grasslands, temperate forests, taigas, and tundras.